Huh. I wonder if this is working as I think it is. Hang on. Yep, looks like it's working as God intended. Fantastic. Alright. I've got my Twitch little thing over here. Yeah, I got my beer. I've got my dog. Hello, Willow. And I've got Rayex. Righty-o. First thing I want to do is probably create a new test for this thing. Because right now I was testing the sound, but I'm thinking of not working on the sound right now and instead working on the GUI stuff that I was working on. Watch this seg fault. It loves to seg fault. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Tries to load the sound, and a pointer somewhere has a bad day. I hope the audio levels are alright. It's my first time streaming on Arch, so it's an entire thing. Yep. So I've just been working on the initialization code for the RayGUI content, and that's been looking pretty good. So yeah, you can have a button, and it's as simple as just doing GUI button. You hand it a rectangle. Nah, there should be an easier way to initialize this rectangle. Maybe alias structs or something like that. So I can go s.rectangle and then hand it just the values. Or better yet, have a function that's like structs.rectangle.new, and then you just hand it 4 numbers and it returns a rectangle with x, y, width and height. Yeah, that'd probably be a way to do it. Yeah, that would be cleaner. Close, and since I never left the update loop, seg fault. Classic. I hope the audio levels are alright. If someone is in chat, please let me know, because I cannot see my stream, because I'm just busy working in here, and I don't have a second screen. I don't have a phone that can run Twitch. I have an iPhone 5S with a cracked screen. Pretty much returned to anarcho primitivism, so I'm doing pretty good. So yeah, I'll just quickly comment out the audio stuff, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more friendly. Hey, Chris, you finally made it. Welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Ooh, sound not found in. What the fuck have I done? What the fuck have I done? Oh, I'm sure I fucked up somewhere. Yeah, I'm probably calling sound not found in. Huh, that's strange. Oh, it's probably because I'm fucking moron. Gotta get rid of the debug where you're calling the sound that you just bloody goon. Alright. Yeah, so we still initialize the audio device. That works fine, but keeping the sound around is a completely different matter. And I've been testing a lot of different methods to be able to do that. I'll show you my latest method in a hot second, but I just want to... Oh, yeah. Love that. Love that. Well, it's a work in progress. Another sick quote. This engine really is not very happy. It's not a very happy engine. If there was a tech cult Mechanicus and they were looking at this, they'd be like, "Nah, mate, machine spirit's all kinds of fucked up today." So I'll show you what I've been doing with the audio. First, I'll probably explain what it originally was. That would probably give you a little bit more context. So I'll search for sound. So audio stream. Initially, this was a payload and payload. But if you hand it a payload, it says it can't convert from type Unifex payload to an R audio buffer. So I try and define R audio buffer. Well, that requires an MA data converter, and an MA data converter requires about 80 like nested customized types. So yeah, not doing that. It's a pain in the ass. I'm not defining all of that. So my gigantic brain, riddled with confusion, what I did instead was I said that the resulting like Elixir audio streams buffer is equal to the unsigned long like memory address of the buffer that we created, because these are pointers, right? So we just set the buffer and the processor to equal the address of the pointers that we initialized, and we return that audio stream, and that works fine. But then I ran into an issue where I just have no idea how the fuck to get it back. So that's why the audio's not working, because yeah, it just doesn't feel like it. It just doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it's good to have you, Chris. It's been a hot minute. It's been at least 2 to 3 days since you said that you thought this would be a pretty interesting thing to have a little bit of a look-see into. I've been busy, which is crazy. I went to the pub like 2 nights ago. I had like fucking 6 pints of Guinness and stumbled home. So yeah, no, I've been busy, not necessarily with code though. Specifically just like with the GUI stuff. Because I was looking around, I'm just like, ooh, you know, Raylib has some GUI stuff, so it might be worthwhile having a look into that, because I mean, you know Scenic? Scenic is one of those things that's just like, kinda, like, you message the process itself with like calls from Elixir. It's not very friendly. It's not as friendly as like a native integrated function, like this, where you can just say, you know, GUI button, and it immediate mode draws during the draw call. You know what I mean? So I've been messing around with that, and the thing does look pretty good. Because it loads the default style. You can customize the style and all of that as well, and there's tools for that online, I'm pretty sure, where you can customize the Raylib's like GUI. But yeah, no, just been messing around, seeing what I can do. So I'll probably be going through and having a look at tooltips, eh? Ooh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I've just pretty much copy-pasted the functions, just as is, and then I create specs based off of that. Yeah, so the regular Raylib graphics, they kind of work, kind of don't work, because transforms require a pointer. This is the issue that I keep trying to explain to people, but it never quite lands. So where am I looking? Yeah, okay, so for like we can probably load models. We most likely cannot load animations, which is, I mean, if you're loading a model and it's a GLTF type, you kind of like, if it's animated, you want to have the animations, you know. So I think it's like bind pose or something like that, or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, this should be a pointer type within a pointer type that is a transform. But that does not work because it's like hyper recursion, and the Unifex compiler fucking cries. It does not have a good time trying to figure out what that means. You can just hand it a pointer, but I think I might, like, now that I've figured out that, oh, maybe I could use unsigned longs from the address of the original instantiated objects. Maybe I can just do something like that. Where it exists within the stack, and I can just kind of point it to where it already exists, you know? But yeah, like, it's such a cooked workaround. It's such a cooked workaround. I wish I could just say this buffer is equal to this buffer, and it work out the box, but, you know, sips of beer. So yeah, the regular graphics, they work. So up here we have defined, you know, init window, should close, all this other stuff. This handles like the GLFW window, OpenGL. I'm pretty sure it's OGL. It might be Vulkan. It does a bunch of stuff in the background. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it doing a bunch of stuff in the background. But yeah, begin drawing and end drawing is pretty much like your system draw. Like if you had like an immediate mode GUI like we have now, that's where you would start to draw. Begin 2D mode is if you have like a 2D textured object, and 3D mode obviously is, you know, if you have a camera that's orthographic or projection, it'd pretty much just be that. So if we look in sound tests, we can see that I begin drawing and I call the GUI button, but then we begin the 3D mode, and that's when I'm drawing a grid. So that's where, that's kind of like the steps. So it's like you begin drawing, and then you draw first things first, you know, and then you draw the rest of it. Audio just straight up doesn't work. Like it works if you call it from C, like if you call it from pure C, and you ignore all of this stuff, it works like a tree. So if you were to come down here and just like comment out load sound, and instead you just say like play sound one shot, like if you wrote a new function called play sound one shot or something like that, or play sound looping, you could just say that the sound is equal to you know, like the file name. So you load the sound in here, play the sound, and if it's meant to loop, you loop it, and then you just return and yeah, okay. That would be a way to do it. It would be horrible. But honestly, Unity kind of does that if you use audio clips. So if you instantiate an audio clip, that's pretty much what you would do. But you can at least cache them over in Unity. Over here, you don't get that luxury because you need to convert it to and from these like Elixir types. So like I said, you know, like in load sound steps in, and we're calling eSound, so to Elixir, you know, the result of load sound. So it comes up here, and then stream is equal to stream. It comes in here and it just sets all the garbage. But yeah, let's see, what was I working on? Press Ctrl Z until I remember where I was. Okay, nowhere, that's good. Alright. let's do some GUI stuff. Let's mess around. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to avoid the tooltips for now, because chances are that'll break something somewhere. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look at the documentation for set tooltip. I wonder if it's like. No, I'm not even gonna finish that thought. I'm gonna walk straight past that. Okay, so we've got button. That's done. Beauty. So get rid of that. Let's do a label next. Ooh, forgot about that. Spec GUI label. Lovely. It takes bounds and a string, and will return an integer. I don't know how it handles that. I think it just is result int. Okay, so result as an int. Cool beans. Right. Save that. That's defined here in the spec. Rad. Let's jump over to the CBB. But first I'll copy this. Actually, not copy this. Jump down the bottom. Unifex. Term. GUI label. Need a Unifex environment, so environment, we need a rectangle of an Elixir type called bounds, and a char pointer called text. I kind of despise that automatically it puts the pointer like before the variable. I'm used to doing it like that, so it's like a char pointer as opposed to a char pointer text. It doesn't, I don't know, it's personal preference. It's just kind of annoying. So what exactly does this wacky wild function do? I should have not removed that comment. Yeah, fucking all bound to the formatter. The formatter is our be all and end all. Okay, so so it's just a wrapper for GUI draw text. That's what the label is, I suppose. And result. What exactly is result? Where's that get chucked in? Does it even... Oh, I suppose it's just... will always return 0. Okay, that's cool. That's cool and rad. Okay, so... rectangle rect is equal to a C rectangle using our Elixir rectangle. And then we want to say int result is equal to GUI label using the rect and the text, and then we'll return GUI label result using environment and res. GUI label result is automatically generated by the Unifex compiler. I think there's also like just other shit that's generated. I'm pretty sure there's like a caller that gets called within some of the generated like C node and if stuff, but I try and not look at that as much as possible for reasons. Okay, then we'll jump over to my structs. So we'll jump over to the new GUI.ex section, and let's create our spec. So spec GUI label takes an S rectangle and a string, and we'll return integer. Then we'll def our delegate from GUI label bounds text to Raylib, and if everything worked, then we'll actually compile and not get an error. But it's Unifex. Oh shit, it worked. All right. That's new. Okay. We'll reuse the rect, but we'll set its Y position. Yeah, no, we'll just go with 40. Like, so we'll call GUI label now, using rect, and we'll set the text. This is a label. And if this works, I will be frankly fucking astounded. Holy shit. Yo, we did it! We did it! Woohoo! This is a label, indeed. Yeah, how fucking crazy is that? Yeah, look, Chris, I made this look incredibly easy because of all of the hard work and fucking, like, digging through the engine code. But, yeah, like, to be to be able to get to the point where I can just kind of quickly do it. Like, if I showed you, like, if I didn't have clear and mix run no halt, there would just be, like, fucking thousands of compiler errors from me trying to add something. Oh, please get fucked. Please leave me alone forever. Go die, please. Fuck off. Never come back. Hang on, I'm gonna ban this motherfucker. I'm gonna atomize you, hang on. It's that simple, baby. It's that simple, baby. Get fucked. We love it. We love to see it. But yeah, okay, so that's the label down. What other cool... Oh, label button? What's the label button about? Huh. Let's have a look at what label button does. Let's look at button, we got a label button. What's the fucking difference? Because the button would technically have a label, you know? Yeah, so the Rayex fork, the initial fork, it was running like Rayex 4.2, and it has yeah, it's missing some functionality, but Rayex itself, like the NIF, like it was missing like heaps and heaps of stuff. So if we look in the spec, I commented out a bunch of functionality, like just look at stuff like this. Like, this is stuff from the existing fork, like model loading, drawing management, mesh gen, and collision detection. All of that just not implemented. Like drawing cubes, like font loading, unloading. Like it was missing a bunch of stuff already. So I'm trying to find the points where it would be best to start. So I've commented out all of the stuff pretty much, and I've effectively like come in and pretty much just said, okay, what are the main things that I would need as a developer to be able to just get started? So the things that I'm looking at are, I need keyboard input because, you know, it's an application. If you can't get input, what's the fucking point? I need basic drawing functionality. Last time I used it was something, I'm imagining. No, I need to know what you said. I'm cut. You know what? Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah, okay, so 4.5 something, yeah. Yeah, it was 4.2 is the Rayex version that they were using. If you look at the original GitHub for Rayex, Shiriel's like initial fork, you'll just see all the code right there. But what I've been doing is I've been converting. The first thing you'll notice is that I'm using a CPP file, so C++. Instead of using pure C, because it makes me want to fucking kill myself, I ended up instead converting the BundleX compiler to use C++, include RayGUI, so we're able to actually compile our lib into the natives for the compiler, and just pretty much say, yeah, here's all the crap that we're going to be compiling with. In the future, like when this is like ready to go, I'll have natives, and then it'll be like Linux, Windows, and not Mac, because Raylib and like Mac OS just do not. They just do not. It functions, sure, but it's too hard to set up, so I'm going to leave it for someone else, and I'm going to do all the other stuff, like I would happily work on the engine and make it a feature complete, like interactive, like I'll build a fucking IDE for it. I will build an IDE and make Godot in Elixir from scratch if I don't have to port it to Mac. like fuck that. I got better shit to do than do that. Granted, it's probably just like a hash defined Mac OS or something like that, somewhere in the C++, but nah. No, I'm not doing that. It's already enough of a pain in the ass trying to figure out where I need to extern C, because you know these are C libraries, right? Like these are all like C, and then if we're C++, we extern RayGUI, which is in C. What's not in C++, it's actually written in C, but it's a mixed interpreter. Like it's a mixed, like it brings in like the mixed different kinds. So if you extern C, it'll, you know, extern it based on, you know, I think it just says extern, like it replaces RayGUI API with extern if it's like C++, which is important, because if it's all static, then you know, it runs into some other issues that I forgot, because I wouldn't ever try and do that sober. God forbid I even look into mini audio. Frankly, the fact that that's part of the project right now, mini audio, let me just look at the 92,621 lines of code, just all in the header. It does all your audio, all of it. Yeah, it's not fun, especially when you consider something like MA data converter. Like, look at this shit. It's not even that it's like a lot of code. I'd be okay if it was like a massive fucking code base, but they didn't do shit like this, because it means I need to define these types as well for Rayex, for the C++ to convert to the Elixir spec as well. And it's just nested, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, Resampler has probably like 5 more subclasses the size of this, and it just gets fucking nasty. Like, it's an amazing header. If I was just doing like a C project, I'd be able to quickly and easily have audio play. Because all I need to do is like initialize the audio device, hand it some info, load a file, allocate the data, you know, and then update the buffer, and then just play the song, you know. But using Raylib and Raylib's implementation of mini audio, it makes it a little bit more tricky, makes it a little bit less simple and easy and good and fun. Anyway, I was talking about the GUI. So let's go back down to the GUI. So we've got our label, we've got our button. Do we really give a shit about this label button? Probably. We probably do. Wait, label button shows true when clicked. God, I hate doing that. I hate clicking by accident. I don't really care about that, but it's functionality, it's part of the core, so spec GUI, where's it, label button, needs bounds and text, and will return a result of integer, simple, easy as piss, kill that, come down the bottom, I like that it just does most of the work for me though. That makes me happy that I don't have to do some bullshit. Also, I'm gonna just refactor this because, yeah, who cares? I could go even further and just put this into like the result, but it's probably a bit safer if I don't do that. Because it goes the same way, and it's just like an extra definition that doesn't really need to happen, so whatever. Alright, and in our spec, so spec GUI label button, we need an S rectangle, a string, it'll return an integer. Mind you, if I make any mistakes during any part of this at any point, what will happen is I'll get a compile time error and it won't tell me where. It'll say that the function definition is wrong, but it doesn't specify which, if any, or where. It actually says that the GUI label button doesn't exist. So that's quite strange. Who knows? Maybe we'll get one. Okay, that runs. Good. Now let's add thing. Should probably just make a whole new example for this, but at the same time, don't really care that much. I'm happy to bloat this up as much as I can for testing, because it's for testing. It's called test underscore for a reason. Just ignore the sound part. Okay, say rect is equal to, and we'll just pretty much just shifting rect down a little bit further every single time. GUI label button, rect, label button. But it returns an int, which I'm curious about. But it always returns 0, right? So it's kind of weird. Oh, I see. I get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense than it being like a button with a label, but it's a label, but fuck, I'm smart. Well, I'm not, but that makes more sense than what I thought in my brain. And then we can probably say something like, if label button, do IO puts, label button pressed, perhaps. If it returns an int, it might return 0, 1, or something like that. Label button pressed. Huh, that's fucking curious. Alright, time to look at the source. Oh. Huh? Then what does... Okay. Wait. It... My brother in Christ. My brother in Christ. Fucking Chris, can you see why I'm just absolutely flustered right now, mate? What the fuck? Okay, so GUI button, GUI label button returns an int. Bool pressed is equal to false. Return pressed. So pressed is equal to trolls, I suppose. We should really be. Oh, that's probably what it is. Silly bean. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit cooked with the implementation. Okay, let's try it again now that I've changed that single line of code. Perhaps it'll be a little bit better. Okay, so double press and seg faulted. That's not a good sign. We know that it's returning true all the time for some reason. Oh, what the fuck? Who wrote this? Who wrote this shit? Well, it is like a 3.0. Like, RayGUI is like a 3.0, but Rayex, well, Raylib, sorry, is like a, what, like 5 now? Like, it's a completely, like, bring-in project. It's not, like, part of Raylib core. It's like an add-on. So, yeah, it makes sense that some stuff would be a little bit wacky. I just wonder, yeah, see, that's my exact question. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's why earlier I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, yeah, I think because I don't know. I don't have a good answer, mate. I was like looking for an answer in my mind palace. I couldn't find you one, mate. I couldn't find you one. I'm sorry. It's not there. All right. So STBC out. We'll just tell me what res is. Just tell me what it is. I want to know if it's 0 or 1 or whatever it is. I think I know what's happening. So, since the result is 0, it's not null, which means it's probably fine. Like, logically speaking, it's probably fine. So if we did something stupid like that, yeah, exactly. Okay. It still crashes though. It still doesn't like that though. Ooh. Yeah, that's alright. But yeah, I hate this. I hate that. I'm changing the source code. I'm changing it. I don't care. I don't care. It should be a bool. You're saying press is a bool. We're returning a bool now. Fuck you. It's a bool now. Fuck you. It's a bool. Okay. We're just gonna change all our source. We're gonna return. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck it. Bool. Where am I looking? Okay, we don't care about structs right now. We want GUIX. Boolean. Okay. Then in test sound, we want to do the exact same thing we were doing. Ah, see? This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. Bull... Conflicting declaration of C. Okay, so there's multiple definitions of GUI label button defined in the header file. Delightful. Let's find out where. But they all... Is this true? Have you forsaken me? Okay, let's not... Let's be smarter. Well, I say that, but... we can still return a bool. We just need to say that this... Okay. I wonder if that'll work. My brain is made out of wrinkles. It's very wrinkly, very good. Cool, so wrapping it in just like a quick check to see if it's one. I mean, that works. That's fine, we don't touch the source. Problem solved. Beautiful. We have another component. We've done it. We've done it. Rayex is done. We don't have to work on it anymore. That's the only things we need. That's a fucking lie. Yeah. Lying to myself because it's a little bit, it feels a little bit better than doing one thing and then it's probably good I'm having a beer right now. I'll put it like that, Chris. Hey, is there anyone else watching along? Or is it just you and me? Because I'm cool either way. But I was wondering if we had like a cheeky little Twitch audience. Ooh, there's this person. Hello, Vasa. Cool as fuck name, mate. Okay, I think we can get away with not using a pointer here. We can probably just hand it what we have and then, you know, let God sort him out. So we'll just do that. Fuck it, let's see if that worked. Let's see if my autocomplete just did all the work for me, writing that out. It's a string T and it was a boolean, I think, and it will return a boolean. Gonna close that. Okay. Let's move the rect a little bit more. Just a little bit more, a little bit more. And then we should really have something in resources to say whether or not the toggle's updated, but for now we'll just always return false because who cares? Ah, yes. Oh, get fucked. Alright. Ball pointer it is. Nah, see the thing is it's trying to convert a bool to an address of memory that has a bool in it. So it kind of makes sense. It's fucked up that I can't do it, but, you know, that's C. You know, sometimes it will just... this is what I'm fucking talking about. This is what I see every time there's an issue. It's a little bit teeny tiny. I mean, no, that's too much. Fuck it. Nah, too bad. Too bad. I need to see. Me seeing is more important. Fucking lit. Great. So. Oh god. Can I just do that? Would you be happy with that? Rayex? Hey? Please? Motherfucker, I hate when this shit happens. Oh, I think I know what I can do. I think I know what I can do. Alright, so let's undo that. Come over to GUI. Let's undo that. Then the CPP, we'll just hand it just the pure fucking address, because that should convert it to a pointer anyway. Why do something complicated when you can just add the ampersand? Because it's broken, that's why. Okay, bool, active, spec. What if? Because this is one of those issues that pops up and it doesn't tell me anything worth telling. It tells me that the compiler broke, sure. So there's just like the red stuff doesn't matter. None of that matters. And none of any of this matters. So nothing above this section right here matters. And the only thing that matters is undefined reference to GUI toggle. That's the only thing that matters, because all of these are generated at runtime. Well, compile time. And so it just means that GUI toggle does not exist, which means something. Certainly means something. Because GUI toggle, like the spec is defined. Maybe it's like a... Oh, I think that's what it is. Wait, is it Boolean? Good question. In which case, I have found a bug in another section of my code. I'll check the core. I'll check the core. Boolean looks like is what it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's correct. Takes the bounds, takes the text, takes the bool, puts it in. That should be right. While I'm here, I'll just quickly, cheekily. There you go. Oh, yeah, no, it is a rectangle. It's not that kind of rectangle. I'm just checking where the issue could be at this point. Yeah, because this is, like, this issue right here is the kind of blocker that stops me from just porting the whole engine in, like, 15 minutes. Shit like this. That's like, yeah, everything you've done is correct, but fuck you, is the situation we're in. Although it could be under RGUI. Did I change anything in here? No, I don't think so. Besides, this wouldn't have anything to do with it. What if I just return false out here? What if it's something in here that's having a cry? No, it's not. Okay. Oh my goodness. So GUI toggle. Bounds is a rectangle. Text is a string, which converts to char pointer. Active is a bool. Our result is a bool. Comes in here. Our Unifx environment. That's fine. We have a rectangle, we have our string, and we have our bool. What's the problem? What's the problem? Just looking for any spelling mistakes or something along the way. Doesn't look like it. Looks like everything's pretty good. Yeah, no, it's okay, Chris. This is the kind of issue that just pops up and then you comment it out and uncomment it, and sometimes it works. So I think we'll leave the toggle in where it is, but we'll comment it out. So this is a problem function for some reason. Don't know why, but that's the way that it has happened. So we know that this is likely going to work if the compiler worked, but sometimes doesn't want to. That's nice. That's very pleasant. I love that. Makes me very happy. As long as it works one time, that's enough. Like a seg fault, it's like, yeah, that's fine. Honestly, yeah, ship that. Ship that production, that's fine. As long as it runs, we can look at it later. Like, we can look at it later. It's probably my fault in the test somewhere, doing something crazy. It's not, yeah. Fuck it. Okay, toggle group. I think the toggles are all something that's just going to be a pain in the ass. Ooh, Her. So what do we add next? We can add toggle groups. Well, the toggle wasn't very friendly, so I'm not sure if the toggle group is going to be very friendly either. Let's add windows and all of that. I think that'll be good. Yep, so we'll add the window box. And where is that in there? Yes, it's after load style. Okay. I try and organize it as best I can, but I don't really care that much for organization because something early optimization. Okay, and that should be that. Ooh, didn't like that, did he? Probably because they're not zeroed. This is why we need functions to create these rectangles. Yep. Cool, cool. Crash on close. That's alright. When you press the X button, it probably returns a different state as an integer. Or does some wacky code that tries to delete the window box, but just creates a new one. That's strange. It ran though, so... Yeah, it's probably something fucked up I'm doing that's causing the thing to crash. Let's just completely get rid of the audio because I'm not sure if that's happy or sad. Yeah, something's causing a fucking seg fault. Wonder what that is. I might need to call these things dirty. There's something for that in Unifex to mark something as like a dirty spec where it might take longer than you expect. Yeah, because if you click it way too fast, right? Like, on the Elixir side of things, the C side of things is it could be running, you know, at a different clock rate or something like that. So you're trying to call something that's already like mem locked, so it causes a fucking seg fault. That's probably what it is. Oh well, at least that works. Cool, cool. Huh? Well, goodbye. So what have you been working on, Chrissy? Real work in quotes, eh? Yeah, sounds pretty rad, actually. So, probably just working on something that has nothing to really do with Elixir then, eh? I don't remember if you work at an Elixir company or not. I know someone. Oh, yeah, no, it's Blood Priest. Blood Priest is the one that's just like... Oh, wait, no, it's... Oh, I don't remember. Fucking... Someone is. Someone is. Oh, you poor thing. Imagine working in Elixir. That'd be horrible to work in Elixir. I say as I'm working on this pet project, having the fucking time of my life. What's strange is that seg fault's not popping up again. I think. Shit. I think. Yeah, because there's like init window, right? But init window also needs to check for something like is window ready or something like that, right? Yeah, is window ready. So you should honestly just kind of like halt the whole application until the window's actually ready before we try and do anything with it. Yeah. Yeah, a quick and easy way to do it would be to define init with like a is ready. So let's do that. Wait, did we even define this shit in core? Willow, please don't cry, baby. Don't cry, my little dog. Oh, it's just window ready. Alright. Eden. Yeah, that's alright, Chris. I hope you have a good old time, my friend. don't think I'll stream for too much longer. Maybe see how I go. I'll probably get a second beer, work through that, and then I think my doggy really wants to go out for a little something. I can't actually say the word because she'll cry even more. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh. Fool. Well, that worked. And I think our seg fault, well, don't quote me on this, but it might be fixed because we're actually initializing the window. So there you go. Nice. My dog is such a little sookie lala. Right, I'm gonna quickly let her out. Whoppa! I'm back. I got beer. Smashing seg faults left and right. I wonder if not initializing the window properly is what is messing with our audio. But I'm not going to check. I'm not going to check, not going to find out. Yeah, I'll probably give it another 30 minutes or so, I think. It's been a nice little look-see into what I've been working on. Suppose we should try and fix GUI toggle. Why? Why? No, don't be silly. If it is truly just a Boolean issue, I will be upset. But I doubt it. Disgusting. I'm wondering if it's because it's called active or something like that in the spec file. I'm not sure. It seems like it'd be stupid, but who knows. Jesus. Motherfucker. It's stupid. I don't like that it doesn't give me anything other than, yeah, there's a problem. I mean, at least it tells me that the function is what's having an issue, but other than that, it doesn't tell me much. Maybe it's because of this. Like if it tries to interpret the comments as well. What if I rename this? Because I can't find the name, so what if I rename it everywhere? If that actually works, I'm gonna punch a wall. Get fucked. Alright. What if I comment this out? So there's no delegate. anymore. Doesn't exist. It's just in the spec file. Still no. Why? Why? There's a compilation error somewhere, and I don't know where. Yeah, look, fuck it. Fuck it. Don't know if you can hear that, but my sister is having the time of her life in the next room over. Oh, if it ain't feral vengeance. And yeah, Vasa, frankly, commenting shit out, best way to go. It's just, it's the correct thing to do. If shit don't work, it doesn't exist. Yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't exist. So just comment it out. Hey Farrell, you looking forward to, what is it, the, what, 5.0 update for XIV? Maybe I've been fucking having a mental breakdown, wondering why my compiler's fucked up. That's why. That's what I've been working on. Yeah, that one. The one that adds the really lackluster female Hrothgar finally after all this time, and it's just like a really shitty furry row. Like, it's like, it's real shit apparently. Viper, but I thought you were feral. Ba-dum-ts. In case you're wondering what we're working on, Feral, we're working on a port of... nah, fucking... I never got into WoW, actually. Never really got into it. What I'm working on is a Raylib port to the Elixir programming language. So, you remember when I made that, like that Venn-U thing? For XIV, same language, same infrastructure, so it's built off of like Erlang, like the Beam VM, all that fancy schmancy shit, but trying to get it to work with a C game engine, so just kind of fucking around. That's alright, buddy. What the fuck did I call it? Group box. Needs a rectangle and a string. Yeah, well, it's good to see you all the same. I've been trying to just, I don't know, like, keep offline, or when I do go online, try and keep it as, like, minimalist as possible. Because I'm trying to quit things less, and that means lowering the amount of things that I'm... Yeah, no, I've been cleaning everything out. I will add you back. That's a promise. Don't worry. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. Oh, fucking hell! Welcome to Melbourne, mate. Well, you will be welcome to Melbourne in a bit. Ooh. It should be good having you here, because then we'll be actually able to catch up and shoot the shit. And this, very happy with this. This looks pretty good. It'd be good for a really simple fucking terminal UI stuff, that's for sure. Well, not terminal UI. But yeah, once you come to Melbourne, yeah, I'll get you hooked on 4x Gold. Yeah, it should be good. You get to, you know, talk shit in person. That'll be good, because they want, like, guaranteed, your DPS, who probably talks the most shit out of everybody, is a scrawny, like, 3'2" gnome that you could, like, fucking suplex with one hand. Like, you can probably get him if it really comes down to it, Feral. I believe in you. I believe in you. I hope my audio levels are okay. It's my first time streaming on Arch, so... Yeah, you too, Feral. Okay, and we have confirmed that the line works as well. That's cool. if you just wanted to do like a quick little header and then have your sub elements without encapsulating it, that would be the way to do it in Raylib. That's nice. I'll put it back though. Put it back. So Vasa, what are you working on, Big Cat? What's keeping you busy? Food break. What you eating? I hope it's a HSP. I hope you have HSPs where you are. Oh, it's a halal snack pack. It's chips, cheese, your choice of lamb or chicken, and pretty much every sauce. So I prefer lamb, garlic, and chili sauce because it adds like a bunch of bite to the lamb, especially when it's like the crispy lamb. Fuck, it's so good. But yeah, they go really hard. Love a good HSP. It's mostly an Australia thing, I think. I think the closest thing is like the doner kebab, if you've ever had one of those. Pretty similar. Same family, I think. Okay, good to know the panel works out of the box as well. It's not like the window, which has a close button. The panel just is. Okay, nifty. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I like the last thing I ate was, you know how when you go to like the supermarket or something like that, and they've got like the shitty souvlaki bread. I got that, and I also got just like a tub of hummus. So I chucked the souvlaki bread slices into the microwave. Laziest thing you could have possibly done. Should have used a frying pan. Do I care? No. It's a spoon. Like the souvlaki is a spoon for the hummus. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So technically, I ate hummus with my no, I ate souvlaki with my hummus. Is what I'll say. Yeah, 100%. Oh, it's an emote. That's what that is. Yeah, it's my first time using TWT. It's like Twitch terminal UI thing for Arch. I think it's built using Rust or something like that. Just so I don't have to have like the actual like popped out chat over on the right. Because it's nifty. It's more on brand for a developer thing, you know? Never heard of Chatterino. I should give it a look-see sometime. Now, with the pointers and the pointer for the text, that's going to be... It's probably going to make Unifex shit itself and want to tear out its own eyes. But until then, we'll see if it just works. Rectangle bounds, text, count and active, and return GUI tab result. Using environment and res. Cool. If this doesn't compile, which I'm certain it won't, yeah. What do you want? Primary token. Oh, missing semicolon. Oh. If I just hand it a const char pointer, maybe it'll just work. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Alright, well that's another one we can put in the put in the comment out pile. Because the types, yeah, not happy. The types aren't happy in Unifex. I can almost guarantee that both of these are not going to work, so I won't use the scroll panel either. Dynamic components with Unifex, not very friendly. Static components, just fine, because you don't need to hand in crazy stuff. As good as a slider would be. Yep, nah, fuck it. Let's try and get it done. Let's see what we can do. Well, I tried. I'm not. Nah, fuck it. No. No, no, no. Commenting you out. No. But overall, making some pretty decent progress adding the GUI stuff. Because Vasa, have you ever used Elixir before, mate? Ah, legend. You're probably much more of a big brain than me. I'm just kind of trying to hack shit together, mostly in the C and Unifex stuff. I mean, frankly, I'm ashamed of what I wrote for my fucking Edge of the Empire dice roller. That made me really consider the fact that I need to learn how to write proper Elixir code. I mean, seriously, look at this shit. Like, resources is equal to if keys down, then do update in resources, accessing the camera in position, set the positions Y. That can just be a new function, but I need to add like math manipulation, like because Raylib has like math, like Ray math, like it has like a function to be able to manipulate their like core structs in ways like, you know, like camera transform. So if you want to transform along the x-axis, it's a lot easier using transform.translate or something like that, you know, like, or especially like a rotate around feature, like that's just pure math that gets handled by Raylib and stuff like that. So we don't have any of that right now, so we're just kind of getting in there. But I wish I could just, yeah, it's tricky. Like without mutable data, it gets a little bit tricky doing this sort of thing. I feel like Elixir isn't the best for game development. It's interesting, and if you had an entity component system, it would be pretty fucking amazing. But trying to do it in an object-oriented way, kind of like the way I'm doing, is not very good. But it doesn't mean that it can't be good. It just needs a lot of help. And so I'm most likely going to be doing like a whole bunch of macro shit to try and make it a bit better. Like how I've done my keys. Hang on. Let me find you keys. Keys! So if you say using Rayex.keys, every key for Raylib just becomes available, and you get IntelliSense. It's very nifty because you can come in and you can say key underscore, and you've got everything, like just out of the box. Is it optimal? I don't know. I don't know. It could be. It could be. Yeah, there's better ways to do everything I'm doing. I'm aware of that. But this is testing, and we're mainly just adding components to Raylib before we do anything absolutely fanciful. So what have you worked on in Elixir? I realize I'm likely going to have to hand in what's active and then return like a tuple or some shit. Haven't used actual work-related projects in like 3 years. I haven't used Elixir for work for 1 day ever in my whole life. I just like massive data manipulation. So like you would have like your company probably would have been like, we need to like pass this data. We need to do some fucking weird math. Should we use Haskell or should we use something else? And then they landed on Elixir, I imagine. Yeah. I have massive respect for you choosing Elixir because Elixir's pretty cool. It does a lot of cool shit. It does a lot of cool shit that I'm not doing, like supervised applications for the examples in any kind of way. The reason for that mainly is because a lot of people already do that. For example, like Scenic. If you've ever like worked with Scenic before, you'll know it pretty much just spins something up and then you have to kind of like call the process to do stuff. I don't like that. I like having everything right here, like GUI label button, for example. Like it's here. I don't need to call like some process that's running from somewhere else to be able to make it do something. I like to have it just like all in the main line, or quote unquote main line. But yeah, I'm kind of cooked. Like I could be doing heaps of different stuff. Like the world's my oyster. Pretty much just got to figure out like good ways to do things, and that's what like early development for Elixir, especially in the game development sphere, is throwing shit at the wall and hoping that what you're doing is pretty easy to do. So like when you're doing like game development and stuff like that, Raylib is a fantastic engine to do stuff in because of how simple it is. You know, you call like init window and then begin draw and then end draw, and if you press the escape key, you know, it's just like, you know, it's good. But once it gets more complex than that, it starts to push away people that might want to learn. And yeah, I hope you had a fun time working on the project. I hope you had like a good team like outside of, you know, working on it, so you could be like, hey, this thing I'm working on Elixir's pretty cool, and they were just like, that's really cool. I don't understand Elixir, but I'm proud of you. I haven't had a lot of success in corporate environments because I'm too much of a fucking psychopath. No, that's not true. I'm not a psychopath. I'm just like, I'm trying to find a good way to say that I have a lot of opinions on things, and sometimes people get mad about that. I think it's just like I really want to try new things and implement new features, and when something legacy is kind of holding everything up, you know. Oh, yeah, so like a relay node kind of thing. That's pretty cool. What made you choose Elixir? I'm curious. Nothing too fancy. Mate, pat yourself on the back. You're fancy. You're fancy. So you wanted to try real-time stuff with... Yeah, that'd be like a thing to do. The first thing that I did in Elixir was try and do real-time synced UI stuff with LiveView. It's that weird conversation that I was having with Feral about this thing called Venue. So pretty much just started messing around with this concept of like so people in Final Fantasy, they have these like venues and stuff like that, but the only way that they can really like advertise that they have like this cool place that people can visit and hang out and be social is using the group finder, which is like this in-game tab where it's like you have like all these like quests and dungeons and all this other shit, and it's hard to filter and sort, you know. So I made this little tool that's pretty much just like a group finder but for the web, and like live updates and stuff like that. It got pretty far, but I burnt out pretty quickly because it's Final Fantasy. The people on there, they're not overly friendly. Well, they can be friendly, but it truly depends. I don't think I got lucky. Yeah, Feral Vengeance is one of the good ones, though. It was pretty neat. I had fun working on it for a time, and then, you know, life catches up. People get sick. You have to go and help. You know. I'm just working on porting this slider now, so I'll just copy paste this shit. Change the rectangle, open, and there we go. Watch this seg fault and crash. Why, man? It has to be the types. It's got to be the fucking types. Oh my god. What if it's the const in there? Shit, yeah, because the tab bar had const. No, but this doesn't have it. Maybe it's because it's a bool pointer over here. What the fuck? What is going on? Oh, fuck. Alright, alright, so we'll fuck off const. Fuck it off. Don't care. Don't care. Fingers crossed. Nope. Nope. Yeah, Unifex just... Jesus Christ. So it's in the... What? Yeah, so this is just like double the float stuff, so that's fine. Lose some precision bit, who cares? Yeah, this is that same issue of like we have this this error that pops up during compile time. We don't know what specifically is causing the issue. We have it defined. None of this is even getting called compiled. It's got to be the types or something like that, but that would not explain why this one also wouldn't work unless bool pointer also does not work. I don't know. I think I'll give this another 15 minutes. That should give me enough time to finish my beer. Then we'll call it for there. And probably just... yeah. That'll do that. End the stream, and then... I don't know, probably get some real food as opposed to beer and hummus. Beer is food. I know that beer is food. But sometimes you just need something else as well. Packing material. GUI slider bar has a float point. What can we add that doesn't have some kind of float pointer or... yeah, so we can just do like a GUI status bar for now, because that doesn't require a floating point pointer to an address in memory that Unifex does not like, for reasons that only God himself will know. GUI status bar, rectangle, text string, result int. Beautiful. This will be incredibly simple to add. GUI, what is it called? Status bar. Of course. Okay, so that runs. Now all we need to do is add it to our delegates. Then we could probably just chuck it straight in a sound test. Right in here, instead of the panel. See what happens. Ooh. Oh, where the fuck did that come from? What? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Shit, I think I need a fucking new keyboard. God is looking at my code and sneaking in fucking invisible break lines and semicolons and shit. Okay, and the... so the status bar is like the top bar. Okay, makes sense. Cool beans. Radical. Right, so that's another feature down. Well, feature, quote unquote. It's kind of... this would be good. Grid control returns mouse cell position. That would be amazing for making a simple chess game or something like that. That'd be for certain. This one has an in pointer. I don't think it likes that, so we're going to ignore that. This one has const. Message box control displays a message. You know, we might be able to make this one as well. Message title, message, buttons, result in. Yeah, that looks right. Just to template it out. And copy the rest. Fuck const. I don't think it means much in this situation, and if it crashes, you know. So we've got bounds, title, message, buttons. Fully expect this one to crash for sure though. What the fuck? Alright, so apparently we can safely get rid of the const there. Color me surprised. It needs a string, and a string. And returns an integer. Wouldn't it be crazy if this just works out of the box? What the fuck? Yeah, it's segfault. Alright. Should probably do it over here instead. Get out of here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it says it's a status bar, but that's just because it's called status bar. It's actually a message box. So if we had the on click and we set its position to the position, we would actually be able to drag it around. But we don't have that enabled right now because we need to actually build the logic to be able to on click in this section and while holding mouse click, drag it. I don't think we actually even have the mouse controls defined yet. I'm pretty sure we either commented that out or... Yeah, we've got them, but our delegates aren't actually defined. So that is fine. Something to work on. Anyway, I think I'll be wrapping this up right about now. Wonder if it fucking crashes or something, if we mess with it enough. I hope you had a good time, Vasa. I had a pretty good time when it worked. Yeah, overall, working on this engine, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Right, well, yeah, I need to let my doggy out and then take her for a long meander around. I hope you, Vasa, and whoever else might be watching at the moment has a good old time. Right, that's it from me.